Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium Singles video here on iStarLeague TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium Singles ladder. Once again today we have a brand new team here that I built and I've been testing it. It's been a really fun team to use that's using a lot of unconventional Pokemon that you don't typically see. So I built this team a few weeks ago, to be honest, and I was testing a lot on Showdown with it, and it's just been a lot of fun. So let's kind of explain the thought process of the team. So we are going to go a little bit out of order here because the way I assembled the team, was a little bit out of order. Let's start with the number 5 Pokemon there, Shiftry. So you probably have never seen Shiftry in competitive, right? You probably have, but anyways, Shiftry is definitely a Pokemon you do not typically see in Battle Stadium Singles, and Shiftry actually, it's new to Scarlet and Violet as of the release of the Teal Mask DLC. But what's special about it, what's actually a little exciting about it, is that it has the new ability Wind Rider, which is an ability that I believe Kilowatt Trail as well as the Bramblegast have, the two new Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, and neither of those have been great, and I think, so what Wind Rider does is, I think it's if you get hit with a wind move, or if Tailwind is activated, then you get an attack boost. And so effectively what happens is with Shiftry, if I use Tailwind, I get an attack boost. So it's kind of like I have a choice band, and not only that, but Tailwind itself becomes active, which means that it doubles my speed, and it doubles the speed of all of my Pokemon for, I think, 4 turns. So if I lead with Shiftry, I go for Tailwind, I get an attack boost as well as basically a speed boost, and I can do a lot of damage with my moves. And then even if Shiftry gets knocked out, because it's really frail and it's Shiftry, we can go into one of our other Pokemon in the back and take advantage of that speed boost from Tailwind and potentially do a lot of damage. So yeah, Shiftry, I love using Pokemon that are lesser used. I've always found Shiftry to be really cool ever since it made its debut in Ruby and Sapphire. I drew a blank on the names for a second. And it's just never been that good. It has a decent attack stat, but it's not that fast. Its typing is okay, but it just does not get very good coverage. So I just wanted to try it out because it's fun. And yeah, we have Taunt to taunt things, obviously, and then Leaf Blade and Knock Off or Stab, which are both pretty good. And let's go from there. Let's go to number 6 then with Salamence, because Salamence is another Pokemon that is not typically seen in Battle Stadium Singles these days, but it's actually pretty good. It's got some good things going for it. So I really love Salamence. It's an amazing Pokemon. But again, it's been overshadowed by a lot of things, probably most notably Dragonite, being a dragon and flying type. Dragonite's just better in so many ways, but Salamence has a higher attack stat, a slightly higher attack stat, as well as Intimidate. And so I really think that Intimidate is a big reason to use Salamence because it can lower opponents' attack stats. And it also has dual Wing Beat, which is a really strong stab move, so we went Terra Flying just to hit as hard as possible. The EV spread on Salamence is really varied. I have almost max HP, and then some attack, enough speed to outspeed like Flutter Mane and Chien-Pao after a Dragon Dance, and then the rest in defense and special defense. So pretty mixed EVs, but I really like Salamence, and I know, once again, I'm sure it's outclassed by a lot of things in the meta, but it's just a Pokemon I really enjoy, and I want to try it out a little more. Then let's go back up to the top. We've got Water Ogerpon. Of course, Ogerpon is a Pokemon that doesn't really need too much explanation in this meta. It's a very, very good Pokemon. Really, all of them are pretty good in their own ways. Fire is very offensive, Rock has its uses, and even Water has its uses with Water Absorb as its ability, and there are a good amount of Water types running around the meta right now, so Water Absorb is pretty good, and then if we Terrasilize, we get a special defense boost, which can help us against Pokemon like Flutter Mane and Iron Bundle, for example, so and Goldango. So great Pokemon overall. Ogerpon's just great. So there it is. Then we've got Choice Specs Iron Bundle, another Pokemon that doesn't require too much explanation. It's really fast, it's really strong, it's fantastic. And then we've got Assault Vest Ursaluna, which I have used in the past, and it's another Pokemon that's really good. And then finally, we've got my bulky Skeledirge that I like to run. It felt like when I was building the team, it felt like it fit pretty decently, and it's been okay. It's been good. This is a team that is not like super amazing, gonna break the meta, but it's fun to use a lot of these Pokemon, and they do all have their share of strengths that really help them in the meta. So it's a lot of fun at the very least. So there's the team code for you if you want to try it out for yourself. Let's get to a couple games here. For our first battle, we are off to a rough start. The first thing that catches my eye is that Toxapex, which I absolutely despise. So we're gonna have to be mindful of that one. I wonder, do we bring Shiftry here? Shiftry could be a solid lead, actually. Worst case scenario, they lead with Chi-Yu or Chien-Pao. I probably Chien-Pao. If I lead Shiftry against one of those, they're gonna be faster, so they're gonna get us to our Sash, and then we get up Tailwind, and then we can do a lot of damage to them. I guess the problem is if they lead with Chi-Yu, we don't do that much damage because it resists both of our moves. I still find I kind of want to lead it. Another great lead here is Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle's just, you know, fantastic. Like, yeah, it looks pretty solid here as well. And it has a good Terra type against this team. Terra type. I don't know why I said Terra typer. Oh man. What about Ments? You know what? I'm gonna bring these. You know, we want to show off Salamence, we want to show off Shiftry, let's bring them, why not? I'm already in Master Ball tier, we don't really need to, we don't need to worry about, like, you know, if we lose this battle, it's not going to be a huge deal. They have, Hatterene, which is a Pokemon that I've actually been testing. I built a team with Hatterene on it, and it's been pretty hit or miss, but it's using Hatterene, and it's also using another Pokemon that is really rarely used in singles that I want to show off, but Hatterene, importantly, it hits really, really hard. It's extremely slow, so typically it's going to be running Trick Room with like Focus Sash, and it also very importantly has Magic Bounce, which means you cannot taunt it, you cannot set up Stealth Rock against it, you can't paralyze it, etc. So they do lead with it, which is something I was kind of expecting to happen. So they actually, now that I think about it, they're probably going to go for Trick Room right away. I did originally have Sucker Punch, but there's just not, like, you definitely want 2 stab moves, and I like Knockoff a lot. Maybe Sucker Punch would have been better here. I think I just start with a Leaf Blade. I think I'm wasting my time if I go for Tailwind, because they are very likely to go for Trick Room. I do get a critical hit there, which could matter. I also didn't want to go for Knockoff, because I figured their item is probably Focus Sash. In all honesty, though, I probably should have gone for Knockoff, but they are going to go for Nuzzle, which is interesting. Now I'm going to go for Knockoff. I should still be faster than them, because Hatterene is just so slow, and I do have max speed investment, although I am an Adamant nature, but it's really cool to show off Shiftry. I think it's a great Pokemon. Like, the design is really cool. I've always thought it was, like, fun, but again, it's just been not very good, like, ever. I can't think of a time where Shiftry has ever been good. They're thinking about it, though. They do stay in, and I'm going to be able to knock them out with the knock off. It doesn't say their item. Yeah, I think it will. Oh, it was Light Clay. Okay, so I could have gone for Tailwind there, but that's... You know what? Given that they used Nuzzle, I could have gone for Tailwind, which would have given me the attack boost, and then maybe Knockoff would have one-hit KO'd them. So it is possible I could have gone for Tailwind there. And then if Shiftry goes down in the next couple of turns, that means the next Pokemon that comes in could take advantage of the Tailwind. So that was something to think about. Again, typically when I envision people running Hatterene, I do imagine them using Focus Sash with Trick Room. But now, given that my opponent went for the Nuzzle, unfortunately, I think I'm just going to click Tailwind. Unfortunately, our Sash is broken, which means, yeah, we're pretty much guaranteed to die here because Chi-Yu is just so strong. So Shiftry did some work there. We got a knockout with Shiftry, which is awesome, but it didn't get to go for its main strat, which of course is going for the Tailwind. I could go into Bundle, which might scare them out. The problem with that, though, is I feel like they might... I feel like they would Terrastalize. I could Flip Turn. Otherwise, I could go into Dragonite, who has an okay typing. They could just go for a Dark type move against Dragonite. I'm sorry, Salamence. Oh god, I'm so sorry, Salamence. See, that's why Salamence feels like he needs to show himself. He needs to shine in this battle because he's constantly overshadowed by his cousin Dragonite. All right, so depending on what their Terra type is, I'm tempted to just Flip Turn. Just to potentially scout. I'm gonna Flip Turn here. That's one of the reasons why I have Flip Turn on this Iron Bundle set, is for situations where I'm forcing a switch because Iron Bundle is just so threatening. But for all I know, they very well could just stay in. But if they stay in and Terrastalize, that at least gives me information. But that could put me on the back foot if they do that. Because Salamence, they do switch perfect. I was gonna say Salamence is not like Salamence really does require a lot of support. Okay, they go into this thing, which is what I kind of feared. Very, very annoying Pokemon. Absolutely annoying. So what do I do here? Huh. Well, I have to go into Salamence, obviously. I could Dragon Dance. They're probably gonna Toxic. Because I was thinking, like, if eventually I go into my Iron Bundle and Terrasilize into a Steel type, they can no longer poison me with Toxapex. But if I go for Freeze Dry against Toxapex, they could just switch back into Chi-Yu. Although that should still do some decent damage. I think I'm just going to click Earthquake here, just see what happens. They're very likely to Toxic. And if I'm going for Earthquake, they're not going to want to switch in Chi-Yu. Because basically, if we get to the point where we somehow knock out Chi-Yu and we have 2 Pokemon left, the game is over. Like, we win that. Okay, they go Toxic Spikes. Ah, damn. Yeah, that sucks because now, of course, Iron Bundle will be poisoned when it comes in, even if I Terrasilize into a Steel type. So, I think I'm just gonna, honestly, I'm gonna click Dragon Dance here. I wonder if they're gonna Protect or Baneful Bunker, or even Toxic Spike. So this gives me an opportunity to get to a point where I'm faster than Chi-Yu, and where I very likely could just knock out this Toxapex. So if they go Baneful Bunker here, I'm just in an amazing position. If they switch into Chi-Yu and their Choice Scarf, that could be really, really rough because they're still gonna be faster. Oh, they Terrasilize, okay. Wonder what their Terra type is. This might force me to Terra, honestly. Although Toxapex does typically run Haze. Okay, they're Terra Water. Toxapex does typically run Haze, but they're not gonna go for Haze right now because I haven't set up yet. So they're, you know, there's no reason for them to go for Haze right now unless they predict this, which would kind of be a wasted turn for both of us if that's the case. They go Recover, okay. Huh. So we know they have Recover. Well, I mean, I think every Toxapex has Recover. They have Recover, they have Toxic Spikes. I think at this point, I'm just gonna Terra Flying because the biggest reason that I would ever Terrasilize Iron Bundle is to avoid being poisoned by Toxapex. And now that I know that there's no way for me to avoid that with Iron Bundle, I might as well do this. And this will do a lot of damage to them, to their Toxapex. It might kill, possibly not though. And again, if their Chi-Yu is not Choice Scarf, I'm gonna be faster than them. So this just puts us in a really good position against that as well. So Dual Wing Beat, Terra Flying boosted, with +1 Dragon Dance. Yikes. Yeah, it doesn't do that much, unfortunately. They might Haze here. We still haven't seen... Yeah, they do Haze, okay. We still haven't seen Baneful Bunker. Because if I go Dual Wing Beat here and they Bunker, I think I get poisoned. So honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and Dragon Dance again. If they Recover again, like, it just kind of puts us back to square one. Although I don't think they'll Recover to full. So they did not go for Bunker because they would have gone for it there. It's kind of risky. I'm actually a little worried here. Let's see what they go for. They go Recover again. Okay. Once again, I still have not seen Bunker. Do they have it? That's the thing with Toxapex. Because Toxapex no longer gets Scald, you're sometimes just forced to run 4 moves that just do no damage, which is just really, really awkward. Because sometimes if you bring Toxapex, you might get into situations where you just can't do anything anymore. Like, that's why I don't like using Toxapex. It's a great stall Pokemon. It's an absolutely obnoxious stall Pokemon, but like I said, it just kind of puts you in those situations. I'm gonna say they do not have Bunker at all, but my big question is, what do they have then for their 4th move? Excuse me. Do I just Wing Beat here now? Because we're just doing the same thing over and over. I'm gonna Wing Beat now. I don't know if this will kill. I doubt it. It might. If it does, we're... honestly, even though we kill here, I'm not... Okay, if their Chi-Yu is not Choice Scarf, we win the battle. If they are Choice Scarf, honestly, we could lose the battle. That's how scary Chi-Yu is. Although we're at full health and they cannot Terrasilize, so... if they're Choice Scarf, they would just go for, like, Flamethrower, which I might survive as Salamence. I do not think Iron Bundle is surviving that, because Iron Bundle has low special defense. Definitely clicking Earthquake because we know they cannot Terrasilize. If we're faster, it's GG. Even if they're Sash, we still win. They are Scarfed. No! Oh god, okay. I don't think Bundle can kill. Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, that's how it goes. You know, I was thinking that far ahead, and Toxapex is just such an annoying, it's just like a roadblock, and like, if you can't deal with it, like, what else, you know, because my team is really not good at dealing with Toxapex. I have Bundle, which I think is decent. You know, I kind of brought the two Pokemon that I thought would be best at dealing with it, Salamence and Bundle. Sadly, it just didn't work out, so this might be their game. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Okay, wait, had they, oh my god, everyone, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize for insulting your intelligence by being dumb and forgetting. I'm so forgetful with these battles sometimes. They had hazed, so I was no longer at +1 speed. So they were always going to outspeed me there. Okay, I apologize, everyone. Yeah, awkward, very awkward. Maybe I'll edit that, or maybe I'll edit it to like say I'm so dumb, OMG, I'm so dumb, like on the screen when I'm saying that, or whatever. We'll see what happens here. But if I forgot to put some kind of edit there, and you're screaming at your phone or at your computer or whatever, you're screaming, "Hey, dude, they just used haze. Obviously, you're not faster than Chi-Yu." I apologize. So that was a great battle. That ended up being a great battle. And even if I was expecting to lose because I forgot that they hazed, I forgot that they reset my speed. So I was thinking that their Chi-Yu was Choice Scarf, which means I was expecting them to outspeed my Bundle. And we still could have lost if I had missed the Hydro Pump. But even if I had lost that one, I was still feeling like it was a really good battle and like I did my best and everything, because Toxapex, man. Maybe I should just start bringing super strong Psychic types for Toxapex. But then, hey, if they go Terra Water like that, then they just remove one of their weaknesses. So that's a scary thing about it. Anyways, that was game number 1. It was a lot of fun. We got to show off Shiftry and Salamence. Let's do another one. So I'm thinking I'll probably make this the last battle for this video, and then maybe the next video I'll just do this team again, because I really enjoy this team. It's a lot of fun. I can't say that enough. With that being said, we have a Sun team here, and it looks like my opponent's going full on Sun. They have 4 Pokemon in a row that look like they take advantage of Sun in some way, which is really scary because I don't really have that many Pokemon that are great at dealing with that. Salamence is pretty good here, but we'd have to get a Dragon Dance for sure. Bundle. It sucks because our water types are not as good as they should be because of Ninetales. They also have Empoleon, which is another Pokemon that I've been finding to be actually admittedly a little annoying. So I'm going to bring Shiftry here. I am going to bring Salamence, though I need to recognize that for Salamence to absolutely shine, I probably need a safe Dragon Dance, which I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get. So, you know, Salamence gets destroyed by Fluttermane. It gets destroyed by Roaring Moon. It very likely could be destroyed by the Chi-Yu. And then my last Pokemon, I think it might just be Ursaluna, just because it can hit really hard. I think my opponent's team, even though like they're really invested in the Sun, like they have, again, 4 Pokemon that like are either fire types or they have like photosynthesis or whatever, so they take advantage of Sun that way. Like, even though they're like all in on the Sun game plan, they still have a decently well-rounded team, and that Empoleon's another one that just kind of like brick walls some of my Pokemon. So we go for our Shiftry first. They lead Ninetales, which is fine by me. I hope that they just hit me with a fire move, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Tailwind. Taunting doesn't make any sense because one move that I don't want them to use is Will-O-Wisp. But I'm slower than them right now, so if I taunt, it just kind of is a waste because if they're gonna Will-O-Wisp, they're gonna do it before me anyway. So we get to go off the Tailwind, or go for the Tailwind, and we guaranteed get to survive a move from them. Another move that Ninetales gets is Memento, so that's another one I should be wary of. So like I said, my number 1 hope is that they just burn, or no, not burn me, but use a fire move, and they do go for the Will-O-Wisp, which was something I was not liking, or I was not hoping for. So now, I actually don't know what I should do here. I'd like to switch, but I don't think I have a safe switch, so I'm just gonna knock off, honestly. And I think, oh, they have Heat Rock, although honestly, I don't think it matters. They go Encore, which is kind of funny. I'm assuming they're gonna switch into something so they can set up. Should I switch now? I think they're less likely to switch now because I went for knockoff because they might lose their item. I'm gonna go into Salamence. Oh, this is actually really risky though. If they Will-O-Wisp again and make a prediction, this is gonna be awful for me. But if they don't Will-O-Wisp, then we're gonna be in a decent spot because we are in Tailwind. Okay, they Flamethrower. As long as they don't burn me here. Okay, thank you. So I'm just gonna Earthquake here. They actually don't have any Pokemon that are immune to Earthquake, so no matter what, they're either gonna get knocked out with their Ninetales, or whatever they go into is gonna take a good chunk of damage. So this puts me in a decent position. Obviously, Salamence is terrified of its little brother, or its big brother, Roaring Moon. But, you know, I just gotta do what I gotta do here. They go for the Peckish. It is this thing, unsurprisingly. Let's see what the Photosynthesis boost is. That's really nasty that it stands up. The thing is scary. It's like a giant furry bug that stands up. Okay, so... Oh no, Tailwind runs out already? Alright, whatever, I'm gonna Wing Beat. They might not expect this. First impression. What? Maybe they were expecting a switch. Perfect. Okay, that puts us in a really good position here. And now they go into Chi-Yu. I mean, Shiftry is as good as dead at this point. Huh, how many more turns of Sun do we have? 3 more turns. All right, I'm going to Shiftry here. I don't think, I should know this, but I don't believe Chi-Yu gets Nasty Plot. Maybe it does. Okay, they're gonna Terra, which is definitely scary. Thing is, I kind of feel like we need at least, like, Ursaluna is nice, but I don't think Ursaluna can beat both of their last 2 Pokemon by itself. Oh, they're just gonna absolutely obliterate me with a Fire-type move. They were going for this against Salamence, so they knew that they would knock me out with this. Like, they knew that they would knock out Salamence, who resists this. So that is rough. See, Tailwind doesn't last that long. Was it nerfed? I don't think I can. I think I'm just gonna get destroyed by a sun-boosted Chi-Yu. And to top it all off, if they are choice specs, I mean, like, I don't stand a chance. Huh. I mean, I think I have to just go... Well, if I know no matter what happens, I'm gonna have to go into Ursaluna with the sun still up anyway. Because if I go into Salamence here, it probably dies, and I think there's gonna be 1 more turn of sun after this, yeah. So at that point, like, I might as well just do this. And then I'm just gonna click Earth Power. If I somehow... Wait, no, that doesn't matter. I was gonna say... I mean... I don't think terrestrializing changes anything. I'm gonna do it just to do it, because, like, maybe they go for a Grass-type move, which I don't think they even have any Grass-type moves. So, yeah, we'll just do this. I think I'm just gonna get obliterated because they're sun-boosted. I mean, it's Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu has that ability that lowers your special defense. I do have Assault Vest for what it's worth, however, Ursaluna's special defense is really low. So let's find out, everyone. Fingers crossed. Please, Ursaluna. Okay. I actually had a chance to win if and I don't think I was going to be surviving that. I was going to say I think I had a chance to win if I survived, because I would absolutely knock them out. Like, I could go for Earth Power, even if they were Focus Sash, I could finish them off with Vacuum Wave. And then, I mean, maybe there's a chance I live this, right? Highly doubt it. Should I Roost? There's no way I'm living this. Yeah, I'm gonna Earthquake. I'm dead. Even though I resist it, like I said, this thing is just a monster. It's terrifying. So yeah, let's see, where did we go wrong there? I mean, Shiftry is... I don't know that Shiftry has any good lead matchups. Like, Pokemon that commonly lead, I can't think of any of them that Shiftry is, like, actually good against. So it has some matchups where it's kind of like a 50-50. So that was a rough matchup for Shiftry right away. I am Adamant Nature, which means just to hit as hard as possible. So that means that, you know, I'm just pretty slow, to be honest. But yeah, I'm trying to think, like, was there any way I could have done that differently? And while I love this team and I love Shiftry, I think the way I could have done that differently to potentially win that battle was don't bring Shiftry. But not to say, like, you should never bring Shiftry in singles, because again, it's fun. I showed it off a couple times in this video and it kind of did some work, right? But if you are going to bring Shiftry, if you are going to use Shiftry, it's good to plan around it, right? Like, my thought process was I wanted Pokemon that were like generally good by themselves, but could also take advantage of a tailwind from Shiftry. That's why I have something like Salamence, who's really strong, and with a tailwind, it's like actually pretty threatening in the meta, because if it's faster than everything, like flying is a really good offensive type. Like it actually doesn't have that many Pokemon that resist it. So that's what I was looking at with these types of Pokemon that I brought. And then Ursaluna is another one that's just really, really good. But of course, it does have its share of weaknesses as well. It is very slow. Even with a tailwind up, Ursaluna is very slow. So that's something else to keep in mind. So that's why I have like Bundle and Ogerpon, just because they're naturally fast. So like if I have situations where I don't need to, or where I can't really rely on tailwind, I can still have Pokemon that are pretty fast. So I try to build a well-rounded team. Not sure if I succeeded, but again, Salamence is fun and it's amazing. Shiftry, a lot of fun stuff. So yeah, feel free to try the team out for yourself. We have the team code right up there in at the beginning of the video if you want to check it out. And let me know in the comments what you thought of the video, and please do leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. It really does help me out. I really appreciate it so much, and I also love reading all your comments when you do comment, because sometimes people say really nice things, sometimes people correct me when I make a mistake, which is fair, because you know, that happens a lot. Sometimes people ask me questions. No matter what, I do appreciate when you comment, so thank you very much for that. And like I said, in the next video, I'll probably just use this team again because I'm having a lot of fun with it. And, you know, my last team that I did, the Tornadus team, is another one that I love, and it was a lot of fun to make and play with. And I felt like, you know, I only did one video with it, so I felt like I was like, oh, like I want to keep using it. So I'm going to keep using this team for a little bit. And then maybe I'll go back to that Tornadus team. Let me know in the comments if you prefer to see like new teams every day or every video, or if you're okay with me like kind of going back and forth with previous teams, because I don't mind that at all. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.